What's going on, y'all? Y'all already know the vibes here. Central Ohio Creators back in the building. It's the J, a.k.a. Taking 3 Vibes here. Ohio Keys, you know what I'm saying? As always.
Yes, sir.
And today we got none other than Wallabe Music. What is it? Wallabe The Realest, correct?
Wallabe The Reallest.
Wallabe The Realest is in the building with us today. Special guest here, y'all. Highly creative music artist here. Most recently just dropped an album with none other than the Audio Unit. Go figure. Is doing some numbers right now. My man's just came off of the stage. You know what I'm saying? Last night just got done performing, hosting that
That was Thanks for Grinding edition.
Ryan Day's farewell party, right?
Pop up share party. Really, the Brian Day was just, he couldn't do his job, so
Yeah.
we really don't. We hope that they can remove him. And
For sure.
And it ain't even that though. It ain't even really that because the players still got to execute.
Nah,
And
for
that's-
sure.
And
For
that's
sure.
the truth. So when we get
Nah,
to
for
tripping
sure.
and acting like that's
Yeah.
the really thing. That was just a promotional tool because
Most
we do
definitely.
marketing and promotion. And so
Okay.
what was better than putting Ryan Day's picture on flyers as soon as they lose the game,
Yeah.
and then blast out on the web and get people to come to the party for the fact that they felt bad.
Yeah.
So maybe they would celebrate since he lost and they saying farewell to him,
Mhm.
but coming to support us. So that's a positive perspective. So
Hey, that's genius right there. My man's mistaken. That's chess
and as
moves
you
right
can see,
there.
a positive perspective produce a positive performance.
Come on.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Hey, what
sir.
they say, the proper preparation prevents poor performance.
That's what they say, but
Yeah,
I
you
came
know
up with
what
my own. I'm a
Yeah, that's
lyricist,
fly
so
shit. I
I'm
like that.
ready, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's smooth.
Yeah.
That's smooth. But yeah, so I mean, needless to say, my man's is hot right now. You know, he's definitely operating, got a lot of stuff going on. Can't wait to get a little bit more insight on, what all is going on in the world of Wallaby right now. So
Absolutely.
appreciate you having some time for us today. Keish, you know what I'm saying? You want to hit him
Alright,
with the first
so
one?
I've seen you perform like at the Hip Hop Expo and stuff.
Oh man, how old are you?
I'm 33, but
Yeah, because
my
the hip hop
uncle
expo.
VHB.
Yeah, oh, that's my brother, Brian Burgess.
Yeah.
He's actually DJing for my daughter's event this weekend, December 7th, actually on my birthday. That's called Winter Wonderland.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
DJing for her, and he's been connecting me since I was 17.
Mm.
My daughter's 19, so for him to still be in my motion and mix, and my daughter now getting support from him. I mean, we tied in. We've been tied in a long time. And your
Definitely.
dad, he was in Columbus Mob.
Yep.
He was rapping. Now he's coaching at the Columbus Ice.
Yep.
My son played for the 10U.
Yeah.
I mean, so
We family.
the best thing about Columbus, Ohio, is most of us are intertwined somewhere.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's big time right there. Shout out to Central Ohio creators. You know what I'm saying?
So I wanted
Appreciate
to ask you,
that.
like, what's your story and what made you get into music?
Well, at the age of 3, I went through a crazy surgery. My heart had murmured beats. The girl next to me passed away from 3rd degree, but not from burn. So from the same germ, I had to learn that the scar on my chest kept my mama's only son. So I began rapping about my life and my reaction when my grandma's casket made his last turn leaving the traffic. So for real, I mean, I always try to kick that little rhyme, in memory of my grandmother, Shirley Elizabeth Davis Sawyer, you know what I'm saying? But just to want to get your point across, once you learn how to read and write and understand what life is about. I had open heart surgery, so at one point I didn't think I was gonna live older and make it, but the doctors at Children's Hospital, Dr. Teskey, I had a VSD, so I had a hole in my heart murmur, a little hole in my heart like this, blood was flowing through.
Wow.
You said you was born like that?
Born with a small little heart defect, but they fixed it apparently because now I'm 44.
Okay.
I'm knocking on 45 in 6 days. December 7th, that's my birthday. So it's a blessing to be starting the month out, December the 1st, with some prominent brothers. It's about positivity. So to artists that's out there, don't ever not believe you can't do something. So for me, it's like to do music. My grandma passed away. I wanted my voice to be heard. I wanted to make a difference somewhere, not knowing where I'll end up today with this Stay Out the Streets Youth Empowerment Program. When I was 19, I started a Stay Out the Streets Youth Empowerment Program. Change your mind, save your life. Know your value, know your worth.
Okay.
Then I got an album called Worth with Jack. So
Yes,
I
sir.
try to continue to put the puzzle together.
Yes, sir.
So with my father, Walter Brewer, my mother, Judith Brewer, they was married. So I came into the world into a marriage, both parents. Didn't have a 2-parent household, of course, due to the drugs and the alcohol and the different perils of society and the streets. For my father's sake, I give my mom the most high praise, and all my family, all my uncles and aunts that took care of me just throughout my years, the wonder years is what they call it.
Yeah.
So being a lyricist, I began rapping with the Empire, Big Mar, King Arthur, Spade, O Sharp, Sherrod, Mecca Born Sounds, DJ O Sharp, that's my uncle.
Okay.
So
That's my godfather.
He naming off some real OG Columbus veterans right there. You gotta know who that is.
well, I'm gonna be honest and tell you the truth. Even from J. Ross,
Legend.
been a DJ. My dude Taz from the Alcoholics. He called me last night when I was getting off the stage at my shows. So from the BHB days, I mean, we was just doing hip hop expos. The Realest Empire, that was the name of my first group. Wallabe came from that. Once some people wasn't maybe as serious as they wanted to be, I just kept going. So we started a record label called the Realest Records.
Okay.
So with the Realest Records, we had Big Mar, King Arthur, Crystal Black, the V Gods, OPC, and then the Realest Empire.
Okay.
You had other people start groups called the Empire, but the Realest Empire was us originally. But my name Wallabe, I always was out the trunk. My claim to fame is maybe 100,000 CDs out the trunk of my car. I try not to give no real numbers because it could be triple that, it could be double that. But we don't want to give nobody the wrong impression.
Right.
I owe some people some money because I feel like sooner or later somebody might say, "Man, I'm gonna sue him because he was going so hard and we wasn't."
Yeah.
And to me, it's almost like to be entitled to something that you didn't do, but you did contribute. So, like as far as beats, of course, to producers out there that feel like I might owe them down the road if we ain't on the same speaking terms. Guess what? If it's a record I put out and it generated some money somewhere and you seen it and you got the facts, let's see what we can do. But I really don't make money off music like some people might think. Out the trunk, it was a beautiful CDs, $5 a CD, and even on the crooked level of things, like I did a little bootlegging here and there. If you buy my CD, I might give you Jay-Z, Tupac, and Gucci. You might get Jeezy, Curtis Mayfield, and Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
$10, you get my album. I'm giving you theirs for free.
For sure.
I didn't sell it. I wasn't selling theirs. I was giving it away as a courtesy to say, after you enjoy mine, then go do something you want to do with yourself.
Smart.
So that was the real grind
For
for me.
sure.
From Northern Lights, from Brittany Hills to Livingston Avenue to Cleveland to Cincinnati to Dayton to all the different places I know I've been selling my CDs out the trunk of my car. That was what I really loved the most. I really didn't even care about getting a record deal at one point because I went to all the hip hop expos. I performed at the Apollo in New York City. I'm talking about rubbed the same wood as Tupac, Sammy Davis Jr. You name it. Whoever been to the Apollo, you do your research. I rubbed that wood. And it was like a mental game because, all right, so I did that. So now what's next? Putting out music, doing videos, performing shows. And then I hit the road to start going down south to Miami and Atlanta. And at that point, you would go and see how their segments was. They would have shows with all these people you never heard of. So I'll be in Atlanta and I'll be sitting there looking at all these artists. And I perform too. I get my little 5-7 minutes to do my thing. They show a little Ohio homie some love. OHIO, Original Hustlers in Ohio. Let some people tell it they got that copywritten. Let some people tell it they got this thing about Ohio copywritten. Everything about Ohio's copywritten. And I'm gonna give a shout out to my dude Raheem right now. With this Fortune Over Fame jacket. I've been promoting and pumping him, and I'm just gonna give him some props because we represent. I wouldn't rap that London.
Fortune Over Fame.
I wouldn't rap that London Correctional Institute in this jacket about 2 months ago, and they went crazy because they said, "Well, that's the logo from the prison," but it said "State of the Hustler." And then if you see what I got on, this is my line. You got grinders, you got hustlers, but it's called Hood Solid.
Okay.
And if you look at the Hood Solid, what do you see? You see a fist, and it's holding up the hood, and it's the letter I. I. And if you Hood Solid, you take care of your responsibilities, you take care of your family. You ain't trying to poison the community with drugs. You ain't lying to people. Deception.
Exactly.
A father figure to other people's children just as well.
Yes, sir.
So, with all the shows that I seen when I was out of state, I said, so I'm going to go back to Columbus. I'm talking about when I was on the road, literally coming through the mountains, Tennessee. I'm literally calling all the artists and all the rappers that I knew to let them know, listen, man, we get to start doing shows when I get back to Columbus, and we're going to get the club, we're going to do flyers, we're going to do posters, we're going to do tickets, we're going to do the radio, and we're going to help each other blast 5,000 flyers out amongst 6 or 7 of us and just go hard throughout the city putting posters on posters. I'm talking about guerrilla marketing. So the marketing strategy was to do something that they ain't doing here, but they definitely doing it down south here. And as you can see, they unified there. I was on a conference call last night with a brother named Gooch, a partner at Yuck Mouth, and we was talking about name your best 5 rappers, the honorable mention 5 rappers, the best R&B rappers, and it's hard to really name just 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's hard to name 5.
We love to ask the top 5s here.
Well, it's hard to name the top 5. I mean, you go
is.
from Rakim, you go from Coogee Rap, you go from Scarface, you go from Eminem.
Mhm.
I mean, AZ. I hate to tell you, it's more than 5.
Mhm.
You got Jay-Z,
Mhm.
you got Tupac, and they say Biggie, but you know they get mad at me because I don't really like Biggie so much anymore because I start listening to the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
We used to kidnap kids.
You don't even gotta finish it. I already know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do what?
I post
Yeah.
that.
And
Yeah,
throw them over the bridge.
Yeah,
And then
he got
hold
some
on.
suspect lyrics.
She
for
looks
sure.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her
So-
daddy's what?
Yeah, he got some crazy.
So I ain't
suspect
gonna lie
lyrics.
to anybody out there from New York, the East Coast. I mean, Biggie ain't in my top. He ain't in my top no more.
Mhm.
Now that Warning, that first album he had, though,
Ready to die.
the Ready to
Yeah.
Die.
Man,
Oh
life
my
at,
God,
hey,
man.
life after death was fire
Listen,
too. I
man,
don't care what nobody.
I don't want to live no more. Hey, but Tupac, I put him over Biggie all day,
for
every
sure.
day. But I can't say Tupac was my best. Brother Lynch and Hung.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what
I'm talking about. And
Going
then
deep.
if you ain't going, and Eminem, I don't care how white he is, lyrically, man. And you talking.
He studied.
He like that.
Yeah, I mean, you
Studio.
know, so you know, I can keep naming, you know, rappers, but even me, I don't even want to discredit myself because see, once I start playing games on my mind, like, hold on, I'm an avid writer.
Yeah.
So for me to put any of them guys over me, they did more than me because they was signed. I'm still not a signed individual, so I didn't get that machine. I didn't
It's
get
all about the opportunity. you know
yeah, I
what
didn't
mean?
get the satellites to
Yeah,
help me go.
exactly.
So what I'm saying is, even to now, to still be making history with myself right now, from the music that I put out, the Hood Solid album's coming. I got an album with AU right now called Worth.
Yes, sir.
And I got multiple mixtapes. They want a black male rap. Urban Nation 1 with DJ Kind Artist. Urban Nation 2. All for a Cause.
Okay.
Then I got Bit the Bullet. That's Bit the Bullet down. That mostly was DJ C Magic. Rest in peace, DJ C Magic. He passed a couple years ago. So what I'm saying is the mixtapes I got out that people never seen or never heard, when they get a window, they gonna say, "Uh-oh, this dude is a monster for real." Because I've been working. And I'm still working.
Yes, sir.
So like right now today, I'm a qualified mental health professional. So now I deal with the youth, behavior problems, ADHD, anger management, suicidal thoughts, not being able to cope with some of the pressures that come from society and the trauma that you might have had, I might have had, you might have had, they might have had. The trauma is what most black men try to hide and don't want to be honest about. Like, oh man, ain't nothing wrong with me. And you super stressed. Your mind is hurt. Your body is suffering. You ain't eating the right food. Mom wasn't really there for you. You faking to the friends like they was. You was mistreated. You was neglected, molested. Maybe not in a sexual manner, but in a mental. See, when your mind's molested, that's like thinking about the Pilgrims. And you start talking about Christopher Columbus. You start talking about Thanksgiving. Then when you do your research on Thanksgiving, you're like, oh my God, what did they do to them people on Thanksgiving? And we eating this turkey and they cooking these chitlins.
It's real.
I definitely don't eat no chitlins, but to even think of the logic on why you ate a chitlin.
Exactly.
Why you had to eat the chitlin.
Yeah, the reason
because
behind
they
why
gave you
folks
no
eat
other
them.
option
Yeah, facts.
to eat these pig feet and these hog mogs and these. So
It's real.
I only went that direction because where we going now? How healthy can we be now that we got knowledge of self? They say don't believe the human eye in sunlight or shade, for the puppet show is a devil's masquerade. Don't believe the human eye in sunlight or shade, for the puppet show is a devil's masquerade. You take that how you want it. All I know is when you get to talking about the Illuminati and you start talking about how deep the industry is, now you say, do I really want a record deal? No, I do not want to go sign no application to be hired for you to own all my music. I don't want to work at Walmart per se, because when you get a record deal now, you owned You the owner.
That's
You
how
the
it go.
owner.
That's how it
Hey
go.
man, can I do a show? No, go over there and sit down and shut up somewhere. We already gave you your money. You didn't sell enough records. We gave you 200,000. You didn't recoup it back. You owe us the money you went and bought. Housing cards you owe us, and ain't nobody like your music. Go sit down and shut up, and you go and you owe us 6
Sign over
hours.
the copyrights.
And we own your publishing, by the way. Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guess what? We own our own publishing, and I hate to say it, but uneducated. Over years, you learn the hard way. You lose some things.
Most definitely.
But then you gain a lot.
Yeah.
See, experience is the best teacher.
Experience, yes.
That's the best teacher. So now when
Yeah.
you get your publishing, so now I got my own publisher, Realest Publishing. I got my copyrights with I think I'm with ASCAP. A lot of people prefer United Masters, I think, or BMI.
Song Trust is a good one too.
Song Trust is a song where you just where you can copyright your song soon you leave the studio, and they send you a certificate and it's time stamped with a date and some serial numbers. So this is true too, but again, me being as old as I am, sometimes you almost stop caring about some of that because if you look at Isaac Hayes' situation, Donald Trump was using Isaac Hayes' music. His son tried to sue him, or he may have sued him. He may have won. I don't know, but he did know that after 55 or 56 years of copyrights for Isaac Hayes Sr., after 50 years expire, then the family get the rights. So you think about what I'm trying to say here is not to go past the question of where I came from or where I am, but I'm just talking about now the knowledge of that I gained over the years of just wanting to be a so-called MC, artist, rapper, what they call it.
Yeah.
Now it's about teaching yourself how to teach others. So to get back to Columbus and start doing shows, we got the club. We did all those different promotion mechanisms. I mean, I got artists right now that's further than me in the industry. I mean, rest in peace to Boy Wonder. He would have went big.
Legend.
Doobie.
Doobie,
He signed
yeah.
right now
Yeah,
with
Doobie-
DJ Highlight. Them guys,
Doobie
they
going
going
up right
hard
now.
right now. Listen, and not because he's white, but
'Cause he's
white.
creative.
But
Yeah.
because he's white now, let's get to that part. Doobie can come to Columbus and do a show. They might sell the Newport out.
Yeah.
Wallabe been working longer than Doobie was even rapping, and I can barely sell out a small venue. So you ask yourself, how is that? Why is that? Now, when you talk about the race factor, we talking about Central Ohio creators. Man, I am a super creator.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I've created so many things for different people, but I'm not. I got a clothing line. I got a youth empowerment program.
Let's talk about that. What's all under Wallabe Enterprise?
So Wallabe Enterprises, that consists of an artist, a speaker, youth empowerment, qualified mental health professional, a father, a friend, a mentor. And I used to battle, so I was an avid battler. I used to love to battle, but battling is different now.
Okay.
We would battle with the beat. Like we would battle you with the beat, just freestyling off the top of the dome. How nice you are without making no mistakes. Last night I did an open mic. See, at all my shows, I still do open mics. So anybody in the building, if you ain't on the flyers, if you ain't on the radio promo, and you got some skills, cut the beat on, DJ. Oh, y'all want to go yet? Let me set it off. Boom, I set it off. You know, take me off mute, inside quiet, how I'm feeling. Not suicidal, my only rival's drug dealing. The millions that I probably skip is like the lotto. Many whiskey lips right off the bottle, avoiding sticks. I'm used to breaking up. Friendships like evidence fixed. You hang with snitch, you meant every word you said. Stand on my porch, knock, then you playing, sit on my bed. My fakest fan, my man. So I get the party started quick. Who want the mic next? Put that Mob Deep on. Go ahead and live your life. And then get out your way and let you live your life. Now, you want to rap now. Now I influenced somebody who didn't have a song. He didn't have any type of motivation. I motivated him in front of these people. I inspire so many people in Columbus, Ohio that will honestly mention Young Wise. That's one of them.
Legend.
I give him a big shout out because he does
out to Wise.
so much work right now to this day, more than most of the guys that's talking about they doing it. This is before the internet. This is before we had channels and platforms to really exercise the rights of who we really want to be or what we might become. Big Mooch, Streets Illustrated, rest in
Legend,
peace.
RP.
I mean, I can keep naming my man Blue Eyes. My brother ZB just passed away last
Legend,
week.
Southside.
I'm talking about hard life, man. I mean, all I can say is there's so many people that's gone. You see what my shirt say? It say Hood Solid Legend in Ohio. And that's what that say right there. Then I got Hustlers and Grinders. This is the Hustler and Grinders edition. We got these for sale right now. Wallabe Enterprises. That's my website. That actually holds the umbrella to some of the stuff that I do. On the qualified mental health side, I get maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I get about 5 to 7 youth transportation pick them up.
Okay.
Shout out to Primary Care Solutions. They supply the transportation to pick up my youth. They come to a building, and then we exercise for 2.5 hours, talking about different pressures society puts on us, making right choices and decisions. We get in the car together, all 4 of us in the car. The driver want to go do something crazy. How many of y'all gonna go along with that? Who's gonna speak up and say, man, I ain't with that, that's whack? Or he gonna bully you because he got a gun, or he gonna bully you because he got this weed, he gonna bully you because he's just got a stronger demeanor than you. Some people timid, and then when you got traumatic history, you almost want to be rebellious. See, that's on another level. That's a whole nother mental level of stating what it is you shouldn't do versus what you done. Now the results show. So the classes consist of talking about worth, overcoming, rebuilding, teaching, health, and that's physical, spiritual, mental, emotional, psychological. See, we could keep on going, man. We all human beings and we all men. You ever cried before?
Of course.
You heard me? In front of friends?
Most definitely.
In front of your lady?
Yeah.
And mainly by yourself.
Yeah.
So what we talk about self-talk. I tell the young brothers and sisters, talk to yourself as much as you can. And if you got to answer yourself, what answer did you come up with when you was by yourself? See, if you come up with a strong answer when you alone by yourself, you really can tell somebody the truth unless you're going to lie or you want to fit in. And now you find yourself in a whole nother realm of problems because you're lying to yourself to fit in with somebody else that's living a lie who just traumatizes you. 10 years, he didn't change his life. You messed up still from what you did with him when you was trying to fit in. So a positive perspective produce a positive performance. That's the slogan for my Stay Out the Streets organization, which I started when I was about 20. I also go into schools. So besides the students come to me Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, now Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I go to the schools of those same individuals. See, they talk about outreach. I'm in reach.
Okay.
Self-funded, to be honest. The mayor, all the city officials, shout out to Columbus, who give monies to different nonprofit. I ain't gonna lie, I've never really wanted to be a nonprofit. I do business with a lot of nonprofits, and I think I am nonprofit because I do a lot of work that does not get me profit, but it produces results for the people I talk to, I help, and I serve. So I'm a server, and my purpose in the community is to give, and I definitely want to sell something. Before I came here, I was running a little behind. I had to stop at a club over here on Allegheny. They was representing the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I had these hood solids in black and yellow. I went there and sold about 4 of them, man. I didn't have no money when I left the house. I got $80 in my pocket.
There it is.
I forgot to get the cash to give them change. 2 cash apps and cash. So just to let y'all know, if you ain't hustling hard enough for yourself and you ain't saving, or you ain't got no stock, or if you ain't got a savings account that's like a IUL, Index Universal Life Insurance. That's something that people should know about if they're going to have life insurance. So then you got money down the road for your children's children, your grandchildren. But the Wallabe Enterprises is the umbrella of positivity. And that's really what I thrive on. Most artists you meet that say, man, I know Wallabe, he this. It ain't too many that have argued with me. And if it was an argument, it was a dispute over something that had to do mostly with the music, or I didn't agree with you. Whatever you was saying, I didn't agree with you. I don't care if you was a Blood or a Crip or a Vice Lord or a fuck or whatever you was. That ain't got nothing to do with me because my demonstration wasn't gang banging. So you got on red, bro, but we talking about this music. I want you to do a show here for these young people. And all you talked about was guns, killing, robbing, drilling, all the negative traits that a man can carry and then pass along to the next one. So like even being able to make it to Central Ohio creators to speak my mind, to give you guys this information, this is all true. And for me to fit it all in this little bit of time frame, the truth of the matter is know your value, know your worth. And if you hood solid, you also Central Ohio creator, because we try to create positivity. I'm sure y'all ain't promoting poison. So the hustler and grinder, that doesn't mean I'm selling no pills, no powder, no cocaine, no heroin, no dope. No, man, I don't even smoke. I barely drink. And if I do drink, it might be some Grand Marnier with some ice with a splash of orange juice or cranberry. And I'm eating a kiwi while I'm drinking, or orange or a lemon. So just to be honest, I ain't no perfect person. But when you do your research and you look up the word perfect, you know what I mean?
Majority.
Somewhat. What does perfection mean? Start with an I. Improving.
Mhm.
You look it up right now. Perfection means improving.
Mhm.
To improve.
Right.
Something. So that means you can't never really be perfect.
You
But
can't.
when you wake up in the morning, you can make a drastic
You working
change.
towards that.
No.
Yeah.
5 years ago, was you thinking this way?
Yeah. No. Exactly.
5 years ago, was you on this?
Nope. It's a
Have you
work in
ever smoked?
progress.
Have you ever smoked bud before?
Yeah.
But was it like you smoked it just because you had it to smoke, or was you smoking because you was feeling like you was healing yourself, or it was putting you to sleep, or it was helping you with something, or did you smoke because you was stressed?
A
Which
little bit.
one?
A little bit of both.
So you think about it.
Not
Would-
the stressed. I ain't gonna. Yeah, I'm a
Dude,
little
just
bit.
think about it.
Yeah.
And then listen, weed is now legal. So here's my biggest problem
Yeah.
when I'm dealing with my youngsters.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to still share with them that drugs is bad for your health, your
Mm-hmm.
teeth, and definitely your mind. This is a mental health
Mhm.
class.
Mhm.
So when you got a mental crisis and you tell me your problem, and then when I see you 4 months or 4 hours later, and I come to your house and you sitting there like, yeah, Mr. Wallabe, all my problems is gone. No, they ain't. Your electric is off. Your mom done left you here for 2 days. You done told me you mad at the world, and now
Mhm.
this weed done calmed you down.
Mhm.
So you say.
So people like kind of use it to cope. That's really what
So-
it is. A lot of people use
So
it to
what
cope.
I'm trying to say is not to cast any judgment on the weed smokers. To all the weed smokers out there, I just had a show last night. They done legalized weed across the spectrum in Columbus.
Mhm.
Who am I to say you can't go out on the patio and roll up your weed and smoke your vape? I'm definitely against vaping at all costs. I think your lungs has been torn apart from that, but they
Yeah.
ain't telling us. Just like Doritos, they said you look at what's in Doritos. It ain't even the same Doritos in England.
That's a fact.
Not even close.
That's a fact.
They say, matter of fact, half the food we eat, and I know this ain't no food
It's
show.
the truth. No, it's the truth.
But if you're a creator, you ain't supposed to be a follower so much that you don't even listen to the truth when you find out.
And I mean, we talking about food at the end of the day. That's fuel to your mind. You know what I'm saying? What you eat goes.
That's
you know,
the start of
goes
everything.
into that goes into your creativity.
Mental.
You know what I'm saying?
Your
So
mental.
yeah,
So the mental health part is what's really big
100%.
on everything right now.
100%.
For artists who didn't make it, who gave up, artists who just didn't think they had it, they tried it, it worked.
Mm-hmm.
When they met Doobie, for instance, I use an example. He was at my people's studio. Shout out to Pyrex. They always give Pyrex props because Doobie was with him right before he got with highlighting those guys, and they were saying all the issues that was going on in life with us all, including Pyrex, including Doobie, including Highlight. Highlight used to come to shows with Rick Rain. I would put him on stage, put him on the radio. Highlight had been there doing what he's doing right now, still to this day, and that's why I salute him, because he's still doing what he loved to do the same way he did at our shows, except now it's on a higher level. He's touring with Jelly Roll. The guy is in New York City, Times Square, Los
They
Angeles
hitting right
Council.
now.
These guys doing big.
Tour
But once
just came
again,
to an end.
so here's the question. Do those guys say, hey, I'm going to definitely go back and grab 1, 2, 3, or 5 of these guys from our city? Or we're going to just stick to our own
Circle.
demonstration?
Circle, yeah.
And you can't be mad at one who made it, who did his own thing.
Mhm.
So for any artists out there that might be mad at anybody who already went to where they got to and didn't pull them in, what are you doing? Are you still working to operate? And all of us ain't going to get there.
Mhm.
Everybody's not going to get a Grammy. Everybody's not going to get to Los Angeles, the Coliseum to
Yeah.
perform on a big stage.
That's
Even me,
real.
I may not get there, but guess what? I'm going to go there.
That's real.
I'm going to take myself there.
Mhm.
See, it's like you can't stop what you really want to do.
Mhm.
I can go outside Los Angeles Coliseum right now with y'all with a camera and do an interview right now. And
Mhm.
guess what? We right there with y'all, and you can't stop it. So again, a positive perspective
Yep.
produce a positive performance.
Yes, sir.
You feel me?
Now you big on the worth. You know, we've heard you use worth a lot. You know, this short time us being together. So, tell us more about the album. Like, what's the vibe for the album, and what's the connection with Audio Unit? What made you go AU?
Shout out to April Dillard. That's my cousin. She's a female producer. I'm talking about. We got a song called "We Argue." You can look that up on YouTube right now. It's a song dealing with relationship problems. We all argue,
Mm-hmm.
so that we argue. Every time we argue, you tell me to leave. You're either cussing me out or asking for the key. Call the police. You say I cheated. Now I see love is just a word from the way you treating me. April Dillard, that's my cousin. She put that together, and I'm only using her name because Jack, the Audio Unit,
Mm-hmm.
this is like her best friend. Like they I mean like this. So she put me in touch with him because out of all my years, she was saying, "Man, I just want you to get some more production. Not necessarily just better production,
Yeah.
but some other production
other
that you may not be
producers.
used to." So
Different sounds.
I hooked up with AU, and I wrote this project. I mean, literally in about 3 months. I mean, as soon as he starts sending me beats, I start knocking them down. We got a video right now to Money Motivated.
Okay.
That's a song on there. Then I got a video called Worth. Worth, that's the best video in the country.
We've been
right
playing
now.
that Worth today. In
The
the
Worth
studio.
video,
That's
though, the
fire.
visuals,
Yeah.
the song is hard.
Yeah.
Very, very, very raw because I'm telling the truth about the industry. We ain't sugarcoating nothing. So if you popping pills and you drinking lean, well, I'm totally against that.
Mm-hmm.
To a certain level, I got friends that's in overdose. You got friends and family that's overdose. So if you condone it, that's an issue. That means you might not know how valuable you are or how valuable your friends and family are. So if you would have gave one advice about, man, don't drink that lean. Give me that cup, man. Give me that lean, man. No, don't drink that lean, man. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see you drink the lean. The next thing I know, I'm holding your obituary. Now I got your obituary. Man, I remember I told homie, man, don't drink this,
Yeah.
don't do it, don't do it. But guess what? He's out of here.
Yeah.
He ain't coming back. Ain't no do-overs.
Nope.
So if you know your value and your worth, and you listen to the interview right now, I mean, you better put it down. You better make a different adjustment. I got 3 or 4 cousins right now, man, fighting the honest fight to addictions, man. I got a cousin that called me 2 days ago. My liver swollen, man. Female.
Mm-hmm.
My liver swollen, man. I ain't got too much more energy in me, man, but I'm going to go get this screwdriver. Are you?
Yo, it's real.
Are you?
It's real.
Well, I tell you what you do. I already told you what we can do. We can talk every day. I even made you a hoodie with all positive words on the sleeve. I got work on top of the hood for her so that her cranium can feel like maybe this energy will do something for her. Bad news, one makes their own choices and decisions.
Yes.
And like I said, improving, perfecting something.
Mm.
If you don't care about your body, you only get one. You're not going to get it over again. So anybody that's out there to understand, if you're a creator, you got to be healthy to be able to continue to create.
Amen.
If I got shot last night arguing with somebody over a shot, or arguing over an edible, or arguing over this bag of weed that I wanted that the girl sold to somebody else. I see, it's so many different issues out there that we face. Hood solid. I mean, when you honest about something, I was wrong. My apologies, man.
Accountability.
Let me say I'm sorry, man. I ain't mean that. I ain't mean to say that to your female. I ain't mean to say that to your cut. I ain't mean to step on your shoe, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, man. I apologize deeply. I don't want no smoke. Nope. You calling me all kind of names, man. I'm gonna get out your way, man. I apologize. Let me hurry up and get on out of here, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Now in the hood, man, you a punk. Man, you let that talk to you like that. Hey, man, let me do something to him. And you done got yourself killed trying to intervene. There's so many young black bodies from Philadelphia to St. Louis to Memphis to Los Angeles, California. I'm talking about to Little Rock, Arkansas, to Detroit, to Columbus, Ohio, to Cleveland, man. It just hurts your heart that we really dying at alarming rates, and we could have had podcasts like this.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him arguing. You could have brought him on the show. We could have both sat here and hashed out our issues live and direct, so people heard what really happened. Who was wrong, who was right, but now how we make it equal and make this negative a positive perspective. So that's really what I thrive on, unity in the community, all that good stuff. Like, that's why when I come to a show like this, that's no rehearsal. I'm not reading a script.
Yeah.
My real life consists of being honest and truthful to not just you, but your cousin, your brother, your mama, your son, the teacher, the young boy I'm gonna meet tomorrow. See, I go out and meet somebody at the corner store right now when I see him. Hey, OG, you smoke? I don't smoke at all, man. What you do? You got the weed? Yep. What you doing? What are you doing? They got dispensaries now and it's legal, man. You almost breaking the law. Like, are you sure that's what you want to do? Nah, I got the killer. Who are you trying to kill? Because I heard the weed on the street may possibly just kill one. You might have sprinkled it with some Fetty Wap. You might have did something crazy we don't know about. So now guess what, sir? They really don't want to buy your weed from you no more. And you on the block standing here. So if he got a big gun on him, he like, man, I'm about to rob this little. I didn't stuck you up. You just now got robbed for this little weed you bought from somebody else. You don't know what's on it. He done robbed you for the weed that's contaminated. He gonna go smoke it or sell it to somebody else. Then knocked you down. You done got shot. You got a bullet wound. You're limping for the rest of your life. Shot you in your throat. You can't talk no more. See, the extreme is take it to the extreme when you use an example because sometimes that's the only way they hear you.
Yeah,
I went and rapped at London Correctional Institute in July. I mean, on the yard with the gangsters and the killers and the goblins and the goons.
On YouTube, we was just watching
London
shortly
Castle.
before you pulled up. Tell us about that.
Man,
Tell us what
I
that was
went
like.
to the prison. Shout out to Ron. He got me. I think he's like one of the superintendents with the ward and all that. So I'm standing with the ward with this jacket on. And And I'm like, man, this is for real. You let me come in here and rap. He said, yeah, man, we give back to the inmates. I said, these inmates is asking me for autographs. These inmates is asking me for photographs with me. I'm trying to figure out if they would have did this when they was in the hood in the street with a pocket full of money with a big gun. Absolutely not. Half of them told me they bought my CD and lightweight just threw it on the floor and they just wanted to support me. But now you gotta listen to me. Now you ain't got no choice but to hear me here. You feel me? They want to see us broke. All these years putting in work. Your man's gunned down. Now his body under the earth. Was he a savior in this hood, or was that brother a curse? Don't let internet beef make you forget what you worth. It's blood on Gucci sneakers. Demons squeezing, choppers explode. I hope and pray these artists know it ain't worth they soul. For the clout, for the money, capping on their iPhone. He went to jail in a cell and had $1 million alone. Left the kids all alone without a trust or a home. We watching rappers get killed like they still trapping in zones. So when I did this song in the prison, I had stopped and I asked them, I said, how many of y'all got children? They raised their hand, all of them. Like, yeah, I do. When last time you talked to them? Where they at right now? Tell me what they doing right now. Is they smoking? Is they robbing? Is they chilling? Is they sleep? What they doing? You cannot tell me what they doing because you in the prison cell, sir. I tell you what, 4 or 5 of them was on High Street 6 months ago and they was shooting at people randomly with dirty pistols. And I think they caught most of these little youngs. That's somebody's son. That's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's son. That's somebody's grandchild. That's somebody's nephew. That's somebody's cousin. You wasn't there to help him. You wasn't there to save him. So are you in here trying to change your mind for a better tomorrow? Or do you got 30, 40 years in here? Man, I went to the cell with a couple of them.
That's real.
Yo, man, I get out in 2022. I get out in 2033. Man, I'm out in 2077. I said, let me stop asking that question. Let me hear y'all rap. Go ahead, let me hear y'all kick some. And I was just ready to rap right after them, right? And as they rap and I hear how hard they are and how much pain they kick, and I said, I am not going to say a single rap because I'm going home after this. Ain't no reason for me to try to prove myself because I didn't know they had flyers of me that they passed around this prison. For anybody that don't know, they was passing out flyers of Wallabe like he was a Jay-Z or a Tupac in a London Correctional Institution in Ohio. All the inmates was wanting to come and see me, and I'm like, this is interesting because on the street, you would have walked right by me. You would have not want me to buy me. I don't think I would have been significant in your life. But now I am, and I'm going to use it to the best of my ability.
That's a blessing.
So when I'm on the stage with all these inmates and I get done rapping, how many asked for my autograph and my picture? It blew me away because this ain't, I ain't making this up. They whoever got the pictures with me, got the pictures in they cell right now like, I'm somebody, and which I really am. I'm Walter Brewer, Wallabe The Realest. Nothing better than, and I don't claim to be famous, don't really want to be famous because what does fame really mean at the end when you're dead? It's just your memory. I want to continue to serve my purpose and continue to meet people and thrive on creating.
Yes, sir.
I got so much content, man. I got the TV show, Watch My Reels, another show called Entrepreneurs Network Club.
Okay.
I had a candy store called Hood Solid, Live Your Life with a partner. We did that in Brittany Hills on Mock Road. In fact, the Qualified Mental Health Professionals building is right across the street, Primary Care Solutions, right down across from Save-A-Lot. Used to be Super Duper.
Okay.
Louis was in the corner. I had a store opposite of Louis after he passed away. God rest his soul. I mean, he would have bowed for me if he knew I had a store on the opposite end of him, selling candy, little mixtapes, but then mainly all of my clothes. But then we did a talk show in there called Entrepreneurs Network Club. I'm going to interview you guys soon once we get that started because you got a business that we're going to continue to promote and push because if we unite, we won't fall.
Yes, sir.
What's United States slogan? What's the United States slogan? United we stand.
Divided we fall.
Ooh. They put this stuff right in front of you. See, so we didn't really come here to trip on the government or none of that, but if you're going to talk about the facts, why hide the truth? So if we don't fall, what do we do? Unite?
Yeah.
So are we united?
We're united.
Can we unite even more? Because we better. Right now, we better unite more than ever. Like even right now, this is united to me because you're giving me a chance to tell who I am, you know, where I come from. Columbus, Ohio is where I'm born. And them Buckeyes, boy, I tell you, man, they hurt the city yesterday. They normally fire the people. That's over. Seeing. So I ain't mad at your salary, Mr. Day. If they fire you, can I call you so you can invest in somebody that really means something? Because you don't mean too much to the people no more, sir.
Yeah, nah, 4 in a row.
Unfortunately. And you know what? It's so sad because Ohio State might win out. They might beat all the rest of the teams they play just for the sake of, I don't know why.
Just
they
to
can't,
do
they
it.
can't beat Michigan.
Yeah.
For all the Michigan Wolverine fans, salute to y'all, man. But guess what? Ain't nothing but a game. How you living your life? Where your sons at? Where your daughters at? Where your nieces and nephews at?
That
How
part.
many people in your family suffering from addictions and you trying to ignore them, or you putting them down, or you talking bad about them in front of their face? I told one of my cousins one time, I was mad. They kept calling me 2 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Cuz, where you at? Can I borrow some money? How about this? Go beg for all the money you need today. Go buy one last bottle and just walk to the cemetery. And just go sit at the graveyard and drink till you can't drink no more. And you tell me what your results are going to be. Because that's what it sounds like you're trying to get me to do. Give you some money just so you could kill yourself on my account.
On my dime.
Call me when you want to make a change. Call me when I can come and take you to a facility. Call me when I can come and say a prayer with you or hold your hand or feed you a meal. Let me talk to you about some positivity. Let's see how long you can stay sober sitting here before you get to itching it.
Exactly.
And you get to.
Get the
So
shakes.
it's real, man, because the Worth Project is about knowing your value and your worth. I got a song on there called Clout Chasers. First of all, the intro, if you go listen to the intro, I'm giving you a definition of what worth is. Listen to it if you haven't heard it. Then we got money motivated. What motivates you? I motivate the money makers. Any hustler out there in the street, I don't care if it's clean or dirty, I motivated you because you see me hustling without no dope, no guns. And I'm still doing that to this day. Then you got Ohio, OHIO, Original Hustlers in Ohio. That's a song on there. Cincinnati to Cleveland, Lyman to Youngstown, Dayton, Akron, Columbus is my hometown. It's Stand Your Ground. We all carry guns now. We getting Grammys too, but we still underground. The Bengals and the Browns, busy to bow wow. Hate them all you want, but you won't. Shit on my town. Dave Chappelle, Steve Harvey, and Drew Carey, LeBron James, Boosie Collins, and Holly Berry. The Buckeye State, we bust that face for hate. We got the most prison inmates chasing the bag, baby. A household name won't sell out for fame. Central State paid the way for how far we came. We knocked out Tyson.
Yes,
Ohio's
sir.
the nicest. I can write, but when I freestyle, it's like I got the Heisman. You heard me? Go check it out, man. It's out there right now. We ain't did the video to Ohio yet, but then we got a song called
bars,
Black Love.
fool,
Then we got a
yeah.
song called Black Love.
Talking that
Look,
talk,
then we got a
let's
song
go.
called Black Love
Hey,
for the queens
yeah.
out there. And you ain't gotta just be black to get black love, but they love black people so much that sometimes we gotta remember why they love black people so much, but you did it so wrong.
Yeah.
How can you do a race of people so wrong, but you want to be like us? Every commercial, everything in hip hop, everything to do with a black man and a black woman, then you want to use demasculation. You want to take the man and make him look weak. You want our black men to look like we all gay. We ain't all gay. So for all the LGBT communities out there, we ain't hating on y'all at all. But please don't try to use this tool, my body and my mind, because you got a few men that like men. We ain't hating on that. That's up to the maker to decide. So we ain't knocking none of the communities out there. But I know black men that I know that's strong. We hood solid. And we take care of our queen, our women, our children. And that's the real definition of a black man, if you won't ask me that question. And I ain't going to bend a break on that. So, Clout Chasers, that's another song. Ain't never been fake, can't relate to clout chasing. If she clout chasing, she better hustle for them babies. So if you clout chasing out there and you lying and faking, the truth gonna catch up with you. Instagram and Facebook, FBI, they gonna catch up with you. Either they gonna catch up with you or we gonna say, man, he was pump faking all this time. His son go to a school. He ain't seen his dad in 3 months. All he did was bought him some Jordans. Ain't teach him nothing about the stock market. Ain't teach him nothing about grooming himself, bathing, respecting women, respecting teachers, respecting his peers, respecting himself.
That's real.
Tattoos on your face, tattoos on your mouth. No disrespect if you tat it up. But it's hard to communicate with certain people when you look like that because you might put some fear in them because of your appearance. But your demonstration might be proper because you might have been raised right. So I really salute the Central Ohio's Creator Show for even giving me a chance to exercise this energy, exercise this truth. And then on the Worth Project, there's a deluxe record called Respect the Shooter and Bait.
Okay.
Don't fall for the bait.
Mm.
Brothers is phony and fake. It might be family in the garden with snakes. They praise your name once you lay in your grave and get t-shirts made with your face. Don't fall for the bait, I say. Don't never fall for the bait, I pray. You never fall for the bait. Don't fall for the bait. At your wake, it's hugs and handshakes and people coming just to see who came. Don't fall for the bait. We make mistakes, can't trust your neighbor. The closest to you kill you for the paper.
That brings me to my next question for you. What do you think is the best bar you've written?
Oh man, you out your mind if I can answer that question. I got so many verses, so many lines, so many bars that I was freestyling last night and I thought I was freestyling for a minute and I recognized like, oh my God, this was something I wrote. And it was so deep. I seen a lady who did a song with me back in 2001. It was called All Bad. And she did a poem. And at one point in the poem, she said, sway, sway, we have been decompromised. It was so many different words, but it was all about looking deep in sapphire eyes with money signs, with devils beside them, in the middle of their iris that fears of a riot. I said, it's too much melanin in me to turn pale if I'm guilty. I'm enriched like oil, but soil, but far from being filthy for bodies in tombs or below. Potential start where the embryo grows. I hate to face the judge, he gets the last word. So I say minus their epidural. At 6 months, I spoke plural. Naming my mom, dad, family, friends, and even street niggas. So, I got so many rhymes, but that was in 2001. Man, I got so many songs and so many lyrics and so many bars that there's no favorite because I'm still writing right now. I'm still writing. I got a song right now I just did with Selah. Shout out to the Liquor Crystal Project. They out in Vegas right now with J. Raw, Talib Kweli. I don't know if it was David Chappelle, Mary J. Blige. They were just with them at the Hip Hop Inductee Awards with Q-Tip. That was about 2 months ago. Those are some of my producers. B-Jazz. Those are some of my producers now. You feel me? So what I'm saying is, shout out to Quay, Stack Boys, Smurf. These is the group that's on the Realest Records, and they my cousins. All I'm saying is, it's so many things that's coming, that's on the way, that I hope that the world is prepared for all of these different guys in these different cities that's independent, that got podcasts, and that got content that they're ready to release. And there's so much truth we haven't heard about yet. So the Worth Project, it is a deluxe edition. I think you can go hear some of these songs on the iTunes and the Deezers and the YouTubes and all the different platforms. But just before we end this, we definitely want to be honest about streaming now. I sold CDs out the trunk. You do the math on 50,000 CDs times 5, and you tell me why I wouldn't want to sell 1 CD at a time of you, 2 CDs at a time of you, 3 CDs at a time of you to make me $15, $20 off 3 sales. Versus 3,000 sales for the same amount.
So do you agree with Drake suing UMG?
Well, for the fact that Drake cowardly bowed out of this battle already by not continuing to respond, and Kendrick Lamar raised the bar by putting the album out. Everybody loves the album. Some don't like it, some do. I believe the West Coast support Kendrick Lamar more than anybody else, of course, because he's from California, because it ain't like Kendrick Lamar is the best ever at all, but his pen is very dangerous. I ain't gonna knock him. As far as Drake suing the record company, unless he talked to his PR and he talked to his team and they said, man, that's a good idea, most likely somebody told him to do that. And I know normally an artist just ain't gonna just sue on their own. So deep down behind the business, I would say that was a weak move, that was a buster move, but I got a list in my phone right now. You can go to my page right now. Shout out to my dude's DJ Prime. He posted a list of all the artists who sued other artists. You'll be surprised how many artists have sued other artists.
It's been going on for a while.
I'm talking about 50 Cent sued somebody, Ja Rule sued somebody, LL sued somebody. We can keep on going. People who got sued in the industry by other artists. However, like my homegirl Katie Knox said, shout out, I hope you ain't mind me saying your name, baby girl, because you act like I was attacking you on Facebook. You're right. The difference is he's on the same label. So when you sue somebody on your same label, either you're trying to get some attention, or you got these fake bots through artificial intelligence that's got something to do with all this, and it's keeping them guys' money rising. Or maybe Drake wanted some attention to keep his name in the mix. So you got to remember marketing strategy. Look what I did.
We talked about this earlier.
Ryan Day blew the game. Soon as he blew the game, Look, hold on, I'm about to show you. Soon as Ryan Day blew the game, let me show you what old Wallaby got up his sleeve. So soon as he blew the game, hold on, I'm about to show you. We ain't tripping. I gotta show you this. As soon as that guy blew the game, I immediately went and made a flyer with Ryan Day. No disrespect to you, old Ryan Day. They want you out of here anyway. We ain't use your image. We ain't use your image. That was a promotional tool because you lost the damn game. Excuse me. You lost the game. And we just wanted to get people to come and see if they really was feeling everybody saying you should resign.
No, that's
that
real.
was a marketing and promotion tool. So like Drake, he might be suing old Kendrick Lamar's label just to get more traction for himself when he drops his record called I Sued You. He might have a song coming out called I Sued You. What do we know? So as far as that goes, Drake, that's his own man. I know I wouldn't have sued my own label. I'd have kept firing back at Kendrick Lamar until they was like, all right, we just tired of Wallaby. Because I ain't going to lie. I'm ready for Kendrick. I'm ready for Drake. I'm ready for anybody if it's time to write. And I can do my demonstration with the microphone. Live in front of you, too. Not just on wax. See, because a lot of times the internet fake us out, make somebody think they really big and they major. They really scared to come outside. They in the studio doing all that gangsterism.
True.
Spoke on that already. Like
Hood
that.
solid, know your
At the
value,
end
know
of the
your
day-
worth, man. Black man's fist holding the hood up, and it's the letter I. Hood solid, legend in Ohio, hustler, and grinder.
At the end of the day, ain't nobody pulled up on nobody, so it must not be that serious. I think it's just,
Well, and see,
I think
there
it's
we
just
go.
a digital beef.
And then there we go, and there we go.
It's a digital beef.
That's where the mental health come into play. So what if I'm at a concert and I'm scared because I just now said I can go at Kendrick and Drake, and they got cousins and brothers like, oh, I'm gonna go get Wallaby because he hated on my people. Why I can't speak my mind? Why can't I be honest?
Exactly.
Why can't I be an honest man about my opinion without somebody getting angry and mad? And that's why the mental health world is so serious because some people can't handle the truth. Some people can't handle what they really been through, been put on the table. To either expose it,
yeah.
so then you can get to the root of it.
Exactly.
So it's all about healing. It's all about being positive. Positive perspective, produce a positive performance. I don't care if it's a talk show. I don't care if you're bowling. I don't care if you are pitching the tent. I don't care if you're filming, if you're recording, if you want to tie your shoes up, if you want to twist your own dreads up. The perspective, is it positive? And if it's positive, a good performance. You feel me?
Speaking of performances, do you have any more performances coming up this month?
Absolutely. December the 7th, my daughter got Winter Wonderland. I think that's at the Culture.
Okay.
That's this Saturday coming up on my birthday.
Turn up.
Then I got a show December 14th. Sagittarius only.
The vibe
If
badge.
you a
Yeah, I was
Sagittarius,
gonna ask about that.
hit me on Wallo Real, WALLO REALL. That's on Facebook or Instagram. 614-657-2562 if you're a Sagittarius and you want to join this. I'm talking about we doing spade tournament. We doing a raffle. Shooting dice is illegal, right?
Yeah.
So we going to have some dice like we play Monopoly, but when you roll a certain number, you win a raffle ticket.
Okay.
So if you roll a certain number correctly, I ain't going to teach you how to shoot dice because this ain't gambling. You roll the right number. And if y'all know how to shoot dice, you know what number it is. It's a lucky number. I was born December 7th, by the way. You heard me? If you roll the right number, you get a raffle ticket. So the man who has the most raffle tickets have a better chance of winning this 56-inch TV or whatever it is you might win. I'm providing bags for each Sagittarius. So right now we got about 35 Sagittarius that's already registered. It's $50. You're going to get a full course meal. We're going to say a prayer before we eat the meal all together to keep the positive vibe going. Spades, and then we're going to do a paint and sip.
Okay.
We're going to do the spades, and then we're going to do a rap and R&B sing-along back and forth between the songs. So it's almost like a vibe and chill, and then once you get done, you can leave and go wherever you go. Sagittarius only. People say, man, well, why can't we come? You can if a Sagittarius invites you. See, the Sagittarius can invite his guests.
Okay.
They come with Sagittarius. So Sagittarius got 5 people. You can come, Capricorn, Virgo, Aquarius, Gemini, all of that. You can invite other people, but it's for the Sagittarius who's going to get the meal, who's going to get the gift bag, and who the party is really for. So it's more shows coming. I got other dates, but sometimes the dates ain't always locked in. So in December, where we at? Today's the 1st of December, and we already got 2 shows. We had one last night, in and out November. I'm very consistent. I'm avid on being
I was literally doing the math. I'm like, it sounds like 3 weeks in a row. Just did one last night.
No,
we got
no,
a week
sir.
from now.
November 23rd, I had a show at the Rehab
23rd.
Tavern.
Okay.
With COC City.
So
Shout
right
out to
before
And
Christmas.
AU came in the wheelchair because he's still in his wheelchair, still producing.
You
He
talking about-
DJ'd the show last November 23rd,
November
last
23rd.
week.
Okay.
AU was on the wheels. He played my music for the work.
Okay.
It was beautiful, man. Shout out AU. Keep working, keep getting strong, my dog. Then November 30th, last night, I did a show. Now, December 7th, I did a show. Every 7 days now, look at this number 7.
14th.
Then the 14th,
Mhm.
we 7:23, 7:30, 7:14.
777.
I'm just saying, y'all, like mathematics mean a lot if you for real about who you are and what you say you are. And I was born December 7th, so
There it is.
we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to operate. And then the number 9 is a number of completion, is what they say. You think about this now. I turned 45 in December. 4 plus 5 is 9. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm going to be 45. I'm going to be 9 on December 7th. 7 is a powerful number, and so is 9. So for everybody out there that don't know, follow me at Wallow Real on Instagram, Wallow Real on Facebook. If you need flyers, t-shirts, banners, ink pens, pencils, decals, hoodies, printed or embroidery, sublimation, business cards, flyers, posters, door magnets, logos, window decals. You want to get in a show? Do you want to get in touch with these brothers? Wallabe Enterprises is a full unit for people who care about themselves, independent entrepreneurs, and if you corporate, I'm gonna print everything you need. 1,000 shirts, 10,000 shirts, we get it done. Whatever you need, man. Wallabe Enterprises, man. Quality over quantity, but we can give you quantity as well. So Wallabe Enterprises, that's www.wallabeeenterprise.com. And you can go check me out on YouTube, Facebook. I just got on TikTok. I don't really respect TikTok because it's all weird. They got so many different things going on that you might get one like and you had something harder than everything you saw. Somebody might come with a cat's fur and get 1 million views. So I don't know how real that is for real for those out there that really love TikTok. TikTokers keep TikToking. I'm gonna keep TikToking with the clock because you only got so much time on earth to make your purpose. And what are you really here for? What's your goal? Are you a servant? And who are you serving? So you start talking about devils and gods, right? Who you serving?
That brings me to my next question for you. What type of legacy do you want to leave here?
Well, because I work with people that got a lot of mental health issues, I got to make sure my mental health is solid. So when I'm with my children and my wife, I try to always tell like, man, I don't want to be aggressive at home. I don't want to be mean at home. And niggas know, man, go clean that room right now, man. What are you doing? Man, well, I'm here to take your TV away. Man, you know what? You going to bed early. Give me that phone. Give me everything. Then I got to say, hold on, man. This is my family at home. Why am I being so? Because I ain't been rude and mean to these other people's kids. I ain't been this solidly stern on these other people's children. So let me learn how to be more easy-minded at my home place. So the legacy is, make sure I leave something for them, not necessarily just tangible, but the spiritual wellness of life. Do for others, serve others, fulfill the purpose of who you are, what I installed in you, versus clothes and shoes and houses and cars. None of that means nothing. Everybody got houses and cars and shoes and diamonds. I don't even wear jewelry. So it definitely is not going to be like just materialistic. But I definitely want to show how hard I work with things that we did acquire. But the spiritual love, man, for others, the physical love for others. If I can shake your hand like, man, I thank you, man. I think you're a magnificent brother, man.
Sure.
Be able to hug a brother, man. Anytime, at least it's something good. Shake his hand. Touch, man. The power of touch means a lot. So the legacy for me is just going to be the positiveness in a man, not being so judgmental and wanting to help others out. And I think that's what the main thing is for me. So even with the Central Hall creators, I hope this airs. I hope I can get a copy of this so I can put these clips out so people know what this was all about. I'm straight from the underground. People know that if CDs was still here, I wouldn't care about nothing because I was making an honest living off CDs and paying my taxes. Realest Records, Wallabe Enterprises. It's just something that you have to do to maintain in this world, and that's take care of your priorities, accept accountability, be responsible, and serve others. And definitely pray. Yahweh the most merciful, your most high, your God, whoever it is. But God is not in the sky flying around on no cheer, no flying saucers telling you bad because of this. Because you are able to change the next minute if you let your mind go there. Positive perspective produces a positive performance. Know your value, know your worth. For anybody out there experiencing anger, depression, stress, suicidal thoughts, behavior disorder, change your mind to save your life. And don't forget about the little people. Know your value, know your worth, man. Stay out the streets program. If you know anybody there suffering from anything, call 614-657-2562. We talking about self-esteem, character building, conflict resolution, healthy relationship, build while celebrating an individual common trend with building confidence, essential finance principles, providing tools to build natural skills for successful spiritual, physical, and mental health to avoid the pitfalls of peer pressure as you develop the leader in yourself. You heard me?
What's something that resonates with all people in Columbus besides the Buckeyes?
Well, it better be that we a test market. And it better be that you're going to support a brother when you see him out here really grinding. Whether you give him $1 or you buy something from him. You know, I tell people all the time, I get upset when I'm outside of, clothing stores, shopping centers, liquor stores. And I'm like, hey, yo, Miss Lady, you want to support me? And she just keep walking. Baby, you going to go get a bottle of E&J and Hennessy to damage your kidneys and lungs and your liver, your teeth and your gums. I'm not panhandling. I ain't begging you for no money. I'm trying to sell you a product. At least come and look at it. Come and get a business card. Come and get a flyer. Let me give you something that might help your son and daughter because you about to go home and most likely get drunk. And yo, where your kids at? Here we go again. It's like back to the prison yard. Where your babies at now? You done drunk this fifth straight. I be teasing them. You going there to get your orange juice, Miss Lady? Make sure you check out this Hood Solid shirt, or I got these team shirts. I got something for you. Come and support me. I'm a young black entrepreneur. I'm in the field right now. Used to be the flea market. They closed them down, so we coming out the market, out the trunk. I'm out the trunk. Still, I got something in my trunk right now for anybody here that want to shop with me, and I might even give y'all a tea if I got any extras out there. I might give y'all one, and if I don't have one with me, I might provide y'all one because it's all about sometimes giving to get.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Hood solid, man. Know your value, know your worth.
Definitely. Now, do you have a message to the Columbus youth?
I just gave it to them.
You have it? Oh, yeah, that's true.
I just gave it to them.
True.
If they watching this, and you better believe I got a message, stay out the streets. Know your value, know your worth. Absolutely, I got a message for them. It ain't that long to remember. Y'all say it. Know your value.
Yeah,
know your value. Hold on. Know your value. Know your worth.
Let's go.
So we gave them to them together.
That's bars.
Y'all see that? That was unity. Y'all see how we just did that?
That's what it
y'all
looked like right there.
y'all brothers see what we just did? Let's try that one more time. Y'all ready? Know your value.
Know your worth. There it is. Y'all know what's going on, man. Central Ohio creators in the building. None other than Wallabe The Realest just came through and dropped off the crazy game on us. Hope y'all enjoy. Until the next episode. We out. That was fire right there. Hey, have you seen Keisha's episode on Dear Love?
Yeah, I did the
You know he on the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where?
On Dear Love. So on
what's that?
Amazon.
Amazon Prime. It was a show that was filmed right here in Columbus.
What's it called? Dear Love.
Yep.
You got
Dear
to
Love.
click it. You send me that?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
send it to you.
send it
He
to
on
me,
the
man.
third. He on the third season.
Hey, my brother, you mind filming real quick? I just want to do a quick video with y'all sitting right here with me real quick.
That's a bet.
Studio with the homie. What's the name of this?
Straight into the studio.
Mastermind Clip.
Yes, sir.
If you want to get on.
Okay, well, let's do it. Hey, man, we just fresh off the interview. Central Ohio creators. Y'all ain't doing no damage, man. We in here live and direct. Just came straight from the interview. I'm here with the homies right here. Look, much love to y'all, man. Shout out, hey, man. You heard me? Yeah, Hood Solid, baby. Shout out Fortune Over Fame. Audio.
Wallabe in the building.
No noise.
You know what I'm saying?
Records,
Squad in here.
You
You know what I'm saying? You know what's going on. Wallabe said he got something to say. Bro just went in the lab. You know what's going on. Let's work.
That's a nice one right there, baby. Let's go. Go ahead and tell me that, man. I'm going to run with that.